Fan, huh?
Always something, all I ain't got, but I ain't got, next to cry, knowing to hold him, knowing to hold him, knowing to hold him, I was tempted, I've been trying, know you wanna test my pride, I suggest you go and move. Say I won't, but you know I might. Ain't no storm and ain't no feet. Ain't got time and ain't got sleep. But I feel fine and I feel free. 'Cause I'm the last man standing in the street. I'm the last man standing in the street. I'm the last man standing in
Here we
the
go.
street.
Yeah, I'm getting the shares going.
If you see me coming, I'm about to get it started. Get it started. I'ma show you something that you never knew you wanted. Yeah, you want it. Claws out, unleashed, I'm a beast. Got the whole crowd. Party, make a scene, gonna get loud. Real proud, show my teeth. Go wild like an animal. Like an animal! Like an animal! Go wild like an animal! Running out like an animal! Go wild! I'm a machine working every day the hardest. Superhuman vision, got my eyes on the target. Claws out, unleashed, I'm a beast. Got the whole crowd. Party, make a scene, gonna get loud. Real proud, show my teeth. Go wild like an animal. Like an animal. Like an animal. Go wild like an animal. Running out like an animal. Go wild like an animal. Like an animal. Go wild like an animal. Like an animal. Like an animal. Go wild like an animal. Running out like an animal.
Yo, let's go, folks.
What is up?
Sebastian Barger already calling us out, dude, for being late. I don't know.
It's a little mic in the way, no big deal.
I just don't even know what to say to Sebastian. Has he not been around long enough for us to we weren't on time for multiple months in the very beginning of this.
Right.
Almost never on time. We've been real good lately. Real good. Today, 2 minutes, which we were helping install some CBC flooring. Well, move the flooring
Move
in
the flooring, yeah,
for
we're
the
installing it.
CBC studio.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, my wife, we're redoing all the flooring for the studio, everything. We're going to soundproof the whole place. Going to sound awesome next time. Well, not next time, but maybe a couple weeks, something like that.
yeah. Y'all got your
What's
swing
going
oil?
on, everybody? How
What are
y'all
drinking
doing?
on? I think we already
Cheers,
cheers,
big
but
dog.
we're
I
done.
know, but
Me and
we can
Bill are
cheers
out here
again.
double fisting.
Mm-hmm.
We got some bourbon. We got some C minuses. Some my dad calls Coors Light. You know that? C minus.
I do want to bring up one thing.
Okay.
Social media went crazy last week.
Oh, we're
Right.
gonna get into it, folks.
Social media went absolutely nuts last week, so I just want to say one thing. It's the only time we're ever going to say it. I'm sorry that we got to do this to you guys. I'm very sorry about this, but 3, 2, 1. We told you so. All right, moving on. That's
All right.
it. That's all we're going to talk about.
Y'all know what we're talking about, man. Everybody was up in arms. We'll get into it, though, folks. We'll get into it in the kindest, most polite way, how to avoid this in the future way about it, all right? Because luckily, some lucky folks today got a chance at redemption, which I don't always agree with, you know? I don't always agree with giving people second
Just
chances.
Second chance for it.
You know? No, I mean...
Instant respawn replay.
Yeah.
You get to, do something again. It's okay, though. I'm
It's
glad that
okay.
they're able to fit more in there. I just hope we get out of there at reasonable times
No
and
chance.
stuff like that.
No
You know what I mean? I think
chance.
it's going to be crazy. So, I mean, the word on the street is that there's a couple rooms upstairs that they may have opened up now, right?
Mm-mm.
No?
I know the people who went there or know the facility well. I'm speaking third party here. I have not been there. I do not know anything about it, folks. I really don't. This is all from what I've heard. Is that there's the main situation where we're playing at, right? It's a college basketball court where the bleachers can be pushed backwards.
Right.
I know that is the main section. And then there are 2 satellite rooms to the left and to the right above that on a second level. What I don't know is if those rooms are separate renting spaces, right? Because let's say like in like Owensboro, you rent out that big section, but you maybe could get like another room and another room and another room, right? So if we have the main section but not the satellite rooms, then whatever the X amount of boards is, that's what fits. That's where we're gonna be at.
It's gonna, regardless, it's going to be a good time.
It's gonna be awesome.
I am glad that other people got back in it, though. The funny thing is that there were a lot of locals that were like, oh, man, this is in my backyard and I can't go and blah, blah, blah. That's where it it was sad, but it was kind of funny at the same time because this is like the absolute closest major. You get to sleep in your own bed. You should throw the best, be the most fresh, literally everything.
Yeah.
And, some of those
That
guys
home
didn't
court
get tickets.
advantage.
Yeah, crazy.
All right, we got a lot to cover today, though, folks. So let's highlight one tournament real quick.
Bink.
There it is. So Miggy's. This is one of the 3 pre-parties that is going on during the Clarksville Major on the Thursday night before the Clarksville Major. So the CBC pre-party or Cornslingers Cornhole Club pre-party has sold out. That's at the Ragin' Axe on Wilma Rudolph, folks. If you want to come see us, you're not in the tournament. There is a wait list. And we'll be there. So that's up to you guys.
There'll be beer, there'll be food.
Cornhole,
they got Legends Barbecue. They got a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, for the tournament, too, something that we haven't really mentioned. I think DJ's already mentioned it or maybe made a post. There's a bunch of stuff that'll be given away also. A couple to the winners, a couple to other places, and things like that. So he was going over a pretty big list of stuff. So it will be pretty cool.
Also, you may be able to get your eyes on the new bag. If you're at that one, you might be able to see it before the tournament Friday if I decide to throw it. But Miggy's tournament, folks, is going on. So far, 18 of 50 slots have been filled, so there are 32 slots open. Like I said, sign-ups at 6:15, bags fly at 6:45. That's at the American Legion up in Oak Grove. It's only about 15, maybe 20 minutes from the venue, folks. So if you're coming down from Kentucky or Missouri side,
you're exactly
move
right. That's
through
a good
there.
point because it is in a different state. Although we live literally on the border, so it's 15 minutes away. It's not.
It's funny because Miguel's tournament and the major are the same distance from me. One is in Clarksville, Tennessee. One is in Oak Grove, Kentucky. And that's how close we are to the border here, folks. So, but go see Miggy. We just played there last Thursday. We're probably going to play there again tomorrow as long as the doubles tournament runs. If you're local and you haven't signed up for doubles tomorrow, go sign up because me and Bill want to spank that ass.
Oh yeah, we want some. we need some competition there,
Yeah.
dude. I'm getting tired of smoking Miggy and Sean all the time, so. Shots fired.
Okay.
Just joking. All right,
right.
let's go to Winner's Circle real quick here.
Let's see who won with some CBC bags.
Now, I just want to say we have way too many winners this week, so we only chose 11 out of the 80 or 90 that we had as winners throughout the
104
throughout the world and stuff. So we only chose a few of them here. These are some of our guys, Mike and Steven right there.
Yeah, Mike and Steve. What are they? They got their carbons?
Yeah, they got the blue carbons. They play at Three Rivers Cornhole down there.
Shout out Three Rivers.
Yep. And we're doing some boards for them too. Some pretty awesome freaking boards.
Yeah, the TCS boards. I seen those come across my wavelength the other day.
Yeah, pretty awesome guys right there. We got another one from their club here coming up in a minute. Next one, Zach Rush. He sent me, I believe it was his tournament. It may not have been this one. He took first place over like 78 rounds, throwing a 10.43 is what he sent me. So absolutely legit. He's crushing it. He says the carbons are on another level. That is 2 wins with carbons right there. Moving on, number 3, second place here. These are our guys, John and Ron.
Ron and John.
Isn't Ron John Surf Shop?
John is on the left. Ron is on the right.
On the right, yes.
Just so you guys know.
Again, that's the 3rd podium with carbons.
Killing it.
Could be a good bag.
Crushing it.
Could be a good bag. All right, next guy here, Scotty Ball, throwing the
That's
impact.
Our guy.
Yeah.
Second place at a regional right there. I don't remember exactly who he lost to, but Scotty Ball's back. He's freaking back, baby.
He's gonna be taking all these podium places when we put it in here, man. Sometimes we have 3 different pictures of him. Crazy. All right, next one here. My wife.
Let's go,
we were at Miggy's full regional this weekend. She tore it up, man, in co-ed and in women's. In co-ed, she played against Fergie the second game, and 8 rounds in was beating Fergie.
Bill's
in
told me
PPR.
this like 6 times.
The 9th
this week,
round,
folks.
Fergie pulls it out, but they still did beat him. So
Steph's a monster on the boards, guys. If you come up and you see a Steffi Lorman, you should be more afraid of a Steffi Lorman than a Bill Lorman. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh, jeez.
A lot less Bill bags.
I beat her in singles, okay?
Oh,
barely.
you were
barely.
cheating
It was
a
like
little
19
bit.
to 21. I was cheating. I had pouty lip going on, and she probably just let me win.
Yeah, Bill will start huffing and puffing out there, man. He'll take the deep breaths, the deep sighs.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
He'll ask for beard oil breaks. It's out of control.
Get out of here. All right, women's took second place.
There she is again. She transferred from the hat to the beanie. It must have been cold at some point in there, Bill. I don't remember it being cold, but
2 different photo ops. They were probably one after another, so she you know what I mean? She has to mix it up a little
look
bit.
different. This is 2 different tournaments. She's been crushing it.
Yeah, she's killing it. Killing it. Bear Paw,
Bear
guy.
Paw.
Brand new bags that he's got there. Brand new Bear Paw customs there. They're holding the bags together. It looks freaking good. You guys got to see those in person. They're awesome. Graphics guy, shout out to him.
Yeah, where's the graphics guy?
Who is the graphics guy?
Graphics guy, where you at, dude? He's not here, folks. don't even get excited. He's not here.
All right.
Megan Puckett, let's go. Second place, dude. She's been throwing those Phoenixes for a hot minute, Bill. She likes those things. She showed me some PPRs. She's been killing it. High 9s, low 10s. I mean, she's ready to go. We can't wait to see her play this weekend.
Those sets are just getting broken in right for her.
Yeah, if you're Megan Puckett, yeah.
I like it.
That's
Next
Patrick Landrum, dude.
There he is.
Yeah, Patrick Landrum's been on a tear lately, actually, man. He's been taking down some first and seconds at some regionals, which I don't think we got the picture from taking first at that regional, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm literally just now thinking of it that I didn't send it. My fault, Patrick. I owe you one.
Man.
I'll get you a beer at Clarksville if you're coming. I'll get you something, okay? I've got Andy's FlexFit hat, so that's really all that matters.
Yeah, that's true. He did. We got a bunch of FlexFit hats now.
Yeah, we do. FlexFit hats, folks, on deck. Let's go. But congratulations, Patrick. Let's go. Good job, buddy.
Carbons again.
Carbons,
just
killing
it. Just saying it.
Impacts. And
Nate Allen.
Steve again?
That's Nate Allen. And that's Mike.
Mike, you're right. Yeah.
Nate
Mike.
Allen and Mike. I don't know. Oh, they're throwing those custom impacts. I'm surprised. Those were the neon green impacts for Nate Allen. Yeah, they're awesome.
Dude, I love Nate, dude.
Yeah.
We met that guy the first time in Dover. He's freaking awesome.
Yeah, good guy. Good guy to know. All right, next.
Look at that. There's Bill. Babyface Bill, folks. That is Babyface Bill. Look at him. Folks, he's on the right, not on the left. That's Marty. Marty's pretty cool, too.
And I'm holding up Ultra Vipers.
Yeah, and Bill was throwing fast side. Almost guaranteed. He was throwing a 9-speed down. And now he's like, he dislikes a 5.
Yep.
The guy gets pissed when it's a 5.
all right. Let's get out of there.
Last but not least.
Big group one here. I see Megan and Chase. This must have been co-ed. They took first
who else
place,
is in there? Is that Dougie Fresh?
That does look like Dougie Fresh.
Dougie Fresh, double 4-bagger. Let's go, Douglas.
Oh, it might not have been co-ed. There's a couple guys to the right there. Yeah.
You don't identify them, Bill. Don't misgender anybody.
Let's move on.
This is a family show.
We got a lot to go. We know what everybody's waiting for.
Let's go, folks. I know you guys are waiting on the bag reveal. You're waiting on the family feud. I'm excited.
There's a whole, but and the picks, and you got to wait on the picks.
Medford,
the picks.
Hey, Medford, some good numbers.
It's actually kind of fun picking Medford because it's tough. It's really tough to pick Medford. So super excited about it. Let's get into it.
Okay, so point chart, folks. So how Family Pix works? I know it's been a week or so. Me, Bill, and Phil go against each other. We make our picks. Phil gets his picks on Tuesday. He can pick whoever he wants. Bill and I only try to match up with Phil one time throughout the entire thing. We try not to match up with each other at all. Can't pick the same player twice, like in singles and also passion pick or seniors and singles or something like that. You know what I mean? I think I violated that rule today. But it's okay. He's a non-pro, you know. But first place 10 points, second place 9 points, third place 8 points, fourth place 7 points. After that, the players begin to tie in their bracket, so they go down by 2. Fifth place is 5 points, seventh place is 3 points, ninth place is 1 point. No participation trophies here in CBC. You got to take a top 10 if you want any points here on Family Pix. So that is it, folks.
All right, here we go. Let's get into it.
Let's get it. Women's, I want to look at how many players there are. I think there's 22, Bill. Okay. Kim Dice, the obvious favorite. Obvious favorite.
Yep, you and Phil matched up on Kim Dice there. So I had to pick something different, right? Because we again, don't like to match up picks. We're only allowed to match up with Phil once. But I got Wanna Crush.
I like Wanna. She's won a major this year.
She has.
I thought about a pick here, Bill, and it would have been a little risky, and I think I'm going to do it in the future with something like this. Somebody who's working for their Road Dog Award this year. Miss Justine Smith is one of the sweetest people to CBC, and she's a great thrower. She's had great co-ed runs. She's had good women's runs, and I wanted to pick her here, but I know I'm really nipping at Phil's heels. You know what I mean? So I can't let off the gas here and risk it. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that. That's the only reason I didn't pick Justine Smith, but I wanted to mention her.
Just in case, I got you. Yeah, Kim Dice is solid. I mean, she I believe is probably the favorite there. Wanna Crush could beat her though. So
I mean, MJ Sellers throws pretty good. Besides that, I mean, there are a lot of players. So some will speak about Medford. A lot of players where on your Scoreholio, on the roll call, it says needs to scan in. So these people don't or did not have an ACO account previous to this major. So that means their first time playing ACO will be at a major.
We could see a ton of really good talent there. We just have no idea. There's names in there that we do not know whatsoever because they don't have a membership. But, they could play in other leagues or
league or just be backyardigans that throw gas. You never know. Moving into juniors, folks, we got 6 juniors here. Only 2 of them have Scoreholio stats. Julian Lopez and Karsten Morris. And there's 2 Karsten Morrises. One is a junior, Karsten with a K. That's who I have. And then there's Karsten Morris with a C.
Right.
Who is, I'm guessing, older brother. That's what I'm going with.
Older or younger? They start with the C and then they go with the K?
Well, because Karsten's the younger one, so I think C is the older one. They're moving up in the... Well, because little Karsten with a C isn't in juniors.
Maybe he didn't want to play juniors.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. This is. Okay.
It could be father-son, and we don't even know.
Right, but this Karsten would be the junior, and Karsten with a C would still be.
No, I understand.
Oh, but it's not
would
brother.
Be older at that point, but you said brother. So
we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
But yeah, those are the only 2 that are actually registered that had memberships. There's a bunch of new people in here that didn't. I honestly, what I did after they picked these guys, and I didn't want to match up with either of them. I looked at the names and I found the coolest name, man. Luke Walker. It's like Luke Skywalker. I was like, that's my dude right there.
I love it.
And I think he's gonna do it right this time. So super excited about that one. Co-ed's up next. I got Joey Persinger, Michelle Persinger.
No, I skipped over seniors completely.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're terrible.
And we got to talk about our boys, Mick and Rick.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Mick and Rick are there, folks. Mick is the obvious favorite here. He's a multiple major champion, second place at Worlds last year in the seniors division. So he's runner-up world champion senior. Yep. Mick Hoaxang is. And if anybody's ever met him on the boards, the guy's an absolute animal. But he's the nicest. Very nicest animal.
Mick and Rick.
Mick will run 37 rounds with you just down the middle with the fastest bags you've ever seen in your life. I mean, and he'll just sit there and do it over and over. Yeah. Cell phone clipped to the side of his jeans. Most of the side, he's got the quick draw cell phone guy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
What's
about.
What's it called? You would know.
No, I don't know what it's called. It's like a cell phone holster, I think is what they call it.
Holster, yeah.
Although, if you look at Mick, probably outside, I envision him as a construction superintendent that just walks around with that and always stays super clean. You know what I mean? Make sure people are there on time and stuff like that.
But I
just
think
kind of walks around.
I think Mick at one point worked really hard.
I think so.
You know what I mean? I think Mick and Rick.
Yeah, but he made it up there, and he's got the look with it, with the holster especially.
Yeah. No, 100%. When he wears the hard hat just for the picture.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's done. Yeah.
Back to the office. Get to work. Get to work, boys.
Goes back in the trailer.
Get to work, boys. So that's who Phil's taking is Mick. I think he's the obvious favorite. I'm taking his brother. And I like Rick a lot, man. Rick's the nicest guy ever. Pretty much the opposite of Mick. He's a real tall guy. You're a little more outspoken than Mick is if you kind of meet him. Right, you know what I mean? Yeah. He's got huge hands, folks. I got to shake these things every major I see him. I just feel like a small person. I already am, and Rick doesn't help out. But he is my pick. I love myself some Rick Hoaxang, man, and that's my pick for seniors.
What did I get? Michael Mann. Yeah, Michael Mann for seniors. Again, I didn't want to match up with any of these guys during this, so kind of went through. I've seen Michael Mann play before. I know he's got a pretty good opportunity to win it, so not wanting to match up, I think he's going to be the next best right here. So
I love it.
That's why I took him for seniors. Juniors here again.
We went over juniors.
We already went over it.
Juniors is covered, folks.
Co-ed. I said Joey Persinger, Michelle Persinger. Again, didn't want to match up with anybody. I think they got a pretty good shot here at winning it. I don't know how much they've been playing. We haven't seen them play in...
I don't know. But here's my question about Joey and Michelle. Are they, and this is no disrespect to anybody else. That was allowed. That was a nice one.
Yeah.
Are they the cornhole couple, Bill? They won a major, and then Joey proposed on center court. Does that make you the cornhole couple?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
It's just a question. You know, like, is there power rankings to cornhole couples?
I remember when they got together, we had a podcast, not specifically on that topic, but we did bring up the news on the topic, and we said you could say there is a cornhole power couple in the making right here.
That's right.
And so after that, they fell in love pretty quick. They got married, and now they're playing together.
It is a beautiful story.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I wish we were down there in I think it was Panama City or maybe somewhere else in Florida.
Me too. When it occurred,
because we know Michelle well. Michelle is local to us. Joey, I played a handful of times. I think I'm actually I've won 2 out of 3 against Joey, to be honest, now that I think about it. I've got his number.
Last time I played Joey was doubles, I beat him.
Yeah, I won't play him again. I'm up on him right now.
I'm not playing him either. I know he'll beat me 90% of the time, so pretty excited about that. I'm just going to hold that win over.
Phil has Chad and Kim. Great pick. Chad and Kim. Freaking awesome people. If you don't follow them, Chad and Kim's Cornhole Adventures, they do great stuff for the sport. Right. They're great players. They're just great people, man. We've had multiple conversations with Chad and Kim. Love them. People, what's going on in the chat?
Wait. What's that?
Is the chat broken?
Dude, 57 comment. Chat's broken, folks.
Oh, no.
We're in the reply. Oh my God.
Bill, this was you.
Oh, my God. Let me catch up on
600. There's my boy Tyrone. CBC makes some killer bags.
Let me catch up on chat. That is completely my fault here.
I was wondering.
Sebastian made me angry at the beginning of this. Okay? So I gave him the middle finger. Sorry, you know what I mean? He said you're late.
I know. Bill's not a big Facebook guy, folks, and this is what shows. He was in the reply section of comments only, and I was looking at it like I couldn't see that it said
I was like, where's everybody at?
Oh,
my bad.
Boy.
Okay, carbons are money. Patricia, that's what I'm freaking talking about. They are money. Zach Rush loves them. Justine saying Zach was on fire. CBC makes some pretty killer bags. Yes, we do.
That's my boy Tyrone.
Yes, we
Ty's
do.
A beast.
2 sets. Craig Irvin, hope they got us in there. Wait, what?
They're not in there. They didn't. They didn't play. Don't listen to Scotty.
Hopefully that's for the Clarksville Major.
Yeah, it might be.
All right, Zach Keir's in here. Steph is a beast. She is a beast. What's going on, David Penny Jones?
Phil, you better say hi to everybody.
I know. I'm sorry, Keith. What's up, big dog? How you doing? Matthew Marty, seen that the other day. I have no idea what you're talking about. Babyface Bill. Now I know about where we were anyway.
Yeah.
Do it, Nate Allen. Yeah, Nate Allen is whooping some butt. He's in there. Bags are sick. Love it. Bring on the bag. We will, DJ. Calm down.
This is terrible, Bill.
Bryce King in here. What's going on? Nate Allen again. Oh, my gosh. Ashley, what's going on? How y'all doing?
CBC's mad at us, dude.
Who wrote that? Did you write that?
Mm-mm.
Who's on our account?
CBC, man. It's its own thing.
It is.
It's its own thing.
That must be the graphics guy.
Carson is the father. Bill, you were right. You would have known this if you would have listened to Wes and had the chat open.
Wes, thank you very much for getting me straight, brother. Had no idea.
Tony said, "What do you know about the tickets?" Tony Ivy, the tickets went live at about 5:05 Central Time. I was on there just in traffic. I shouldn't have admitted to that. But
why?
They went live at about 5:06. They were sold out by 5:08.
Bill says chat on ignore. Oh man, my bad.
Knew too. We didn't even know.
Oh no.
Somebody probably texted me too. So why aren't you responding to the chat?
Xavier, what up, big dog? How you doing? Harold, what's going on? DJ says we want the bag. All right.
We're all hey, the bag reveal, folks, will be at the very end of the podcast, only because we want to spend the max amount of time with you guys
I think
that we possibly can.
It might be right before Family Feud.
We can do that. I'll compromise.
It is right before it, so we'll get there. We will get there.
All right, let's get back to co-ed, folks. Back to co-ed. Chad and Kim are the favorites. We are caught up on the chat. Thank the Lord. And gosh, folks, this is why Bill.
I get a little swing on. I'll pour it. You keep going. Keep going. Michael Gubbin, what's going on, big dog?
This is why Bill's not supposed to have control of the mouse when it's on the Facebook page, folks. It's just never worked out well.
I just don't know how to use Facebook. I didn't know it would leave
and what happened is he got really excited because he was able to use the middle finger emoji on Facebook. Like that's all he wanted to do. So once that happened, it was over. You know what I mean? What do you mean, BJ? It's not going to be that long until the bag reveal. I mean, we only got a couple things. We got the rest of this, and then we got Jack's hacks, and then the bag. Like, we're almost there.
Yep, almost
All right, co-ed. I'm taking Justine Smith. I talked about her earlier, and we saw Justine match up with Bryce in Knoxville and have a great run. So I think Justine's a very versatile player who she's going for the Road Dog Award, her and Tim, and like... So she's traveling a bunch and picking up different co-ed partners, and I think she adapts well to playing like this, you know, with different people. She's just excited to play. You know, Sebastian, yes.
I want to give him the middle finger again.
No, stop.
I know,
you'll get us stuck in the portal again. But I got Justine Smith and Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones, a player out of Alaska, so if there's anything on the West Coast, Chandler makes his way down to make sure he gets there. Chandler's an awesome guy. Met him at Worlds last year. Great dude. You would know him if you saw him, Bill. Okay. You really would. He's a really nice guy. Really good thrower. And that's going to wrap up co-ed picks right there.
All right. Let's get on to doubles now. I got Chandler Jones and Tommy Morgan.
I like that pick a lot. I like Chandler. I like Tommy.
Tommy used to be a big CBC supporter. He's not so much anymore.
He
but
still is a big supporter.
Okay, my bad.
Chandler, something happened with Chandler, folks, that we talked about just a couple weeks ago. He got a sponsorship deal, you know, and we weren't exactly giving him a sponsorship deal. Maybe, hey, here's $10 off a set of bags, or here's a hat for $5 less, and that's kind of what we were doing with Tommy. Tommy's still in my DMs. We still talk about his workout routine, how he's doing. He's losing weight. He's having a good time. He still says CBC bags are awesome. He told me. You know what I mean? Bill, you got to read that comment.
What do we got?
Just the last one.
Jerry Stallions, what's going on? Good to see you in here, big dog. I love it. Hey, I found another little flask, dude, so I got the chain for you. I'm going to hook you up. It's the last one we got.
But Tommy's awesome. Tommy's good people, man, and him and Chandler, they should definitely make a run in doubles. I like that pick. Folks, I went with Mick and Rick. Mick and Rick have made huge picks. I mean, huge. I read Kayla's comment.
Yeah.
Huge finishes in doubles at multiple places. They beat me and Zach Rush a couple of years ago in Cincinnati and went on to the championship to, I believe, take second place. I mean, they are beasts in doubles. So as much as Rick isn't a pro and people don't see Rick on the same level as Mick, when Rick is hot in doubles, he is a beast.
Yeah, no,
a beast.
It is 100%. So one more thing I do want to say about Mick and Rick, you know, how much Dylan just built them up and stuff like that.
Oh, gosh, here we go.
I did get to play them once in doubles.
Yeah.
And I won. And I played against Mick. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing it out there, folks.
It's funny because, folks,
I'm 1-0 against them.
Whenever me and Bill bring up something we've done in the past for Cornhole, it's at least 2 years old. Like almost guaranteed it's at least 2 years old. AT Klinger says sometimes your wife plays better than you. He feels your pain.
100% she does.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, man. You just got to accept it and cheer him on, dude, because I'm very excited for her.
Philip takes Karsten, and I think that's a wild pick. I like it. I wish there was a live stream. I hope there's a live stream in Medford.
Yes.
Because I've seen the Karsten Morris father-son duo in a finish at the Fresno Major, I want to say, Bill. Probably the Fresno Major,
Okay.
right? We saw them.
Yeah.
And I want to see how they play. You know, I was watching the Knoxville feeds the other night, Bill, just kind of studying what we do. And Connor Garrison showed up. And, you know, I was like, okay. Like, this was a guy, we had no clue who he was. He came on our boards. It's like, dude, the guy's impressive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
He didn't win, but he played a great game.
We've seen that a few times with people.
And we love that.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
love
yeah,
to
yeah.
be able to see the players before we broadcast them so that we can help the viewers understand their shot-making capabilities and stuff like that. But we also like to be surprised on the stream, you know?
That's how we spot new talent. That's how we get the edge on Phil, is that we get to sit in there and we get to watch these new guys come up and stuff like that. We might not beat them this year. We'll beat them next year. You know what I mean? We get to see everybody, so it's awesome.
That's right.
Absolutely awesome.
Wes must be from the same area as Carson and Carson. He's got a lot of inside information on the Morris boys. I like that.
I like
Wes
it.
Roebuck.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
All right,
that's doubles.
That's double singles. I got Mick Hogg.
Mick's, I mean, great pick, man. I really like Mick. I like Mick a lot. Bill, expand on why you think it's Mick. I mean, because you got Mick, you got Chad Jackson, you got Charlie Case, you got Kim Dice, you got Chandler Jones, you got Tommy Morgan in this field,
Mick.
you got the Morris boys. I'm just saying, so what made you lean towards Mick?
Number one, you guys didn't pick him, which I thought was a travesty for singles in this, right? I can't pick him twice throughout my whole list here, so I just was waiting for singles to be able to pick Mick. I think he's one of the most consistent up the middle and has a nasty airmail. I mean, he plays similar to Bear Paul, a little bit faster bags than Bear Paul and stuff like that. And, you know, looking at the field, I just think he has the edge out of everybody with his specific play style. Now, it is also in Oregon, correct?
Yes.
A little bit drier out there. I think the boards are going to play very fast, and I think he has the advantage because of those things.
Right. As you say that, Phil picks Charlie Case, who is almost the same style of player as Mick, and actually sponsors Mick, right?
Does,
as Charlie Case is the owner of Lucky's Bags, Mick is a Lucky sponsored player. So I'd like to see that matchup. I'm going on the other side because of the factor of the boards being dry, that Chad Jackson may be one player who's able to get some blocks down and cause some problems.
That's true.
Chad's got a dirty airmail, a good push. He's got a cut bag on him. He hasn't won a major yet in singles, but I think he's this close. But I do think if I was to take somebody second, I would take his lady, Kim Dice. You know what I mean? Kim Dice has had big finishes on the West Coast before, and I wouldn't be surprised if she made a run this weekend.
They're all in the conversation. I mean, that's 100%. You know, I was going to pick Frank Years for that, but instead...
Frank Years for singles.
used him as my passion pick. Let's go, Frank. Don't let me down.
There we go, Frank.
Frank, give me a top 10. Let's go.
It's your time to shine, Frank.
Yep,
There's
I
no
got you,
chance.
Frank.
I have a theory that Frank will never take a top 10 because he doesn't want to show up the players of the ACL. Like, you want to assert a little bit of dominance so you can't go 0-2 all the time, but like a respectable 2-2, tier 2 action, you're okay.
Wouldn't it be awesome if you were the head of a massive cornhole organization and then you just still beat everybody? Like, you just won every major, like, well, $5,000 purse goes to me. Dude, that's so
what if you
good.
wrote the checks to yourself,
Oh my-
dude? You just went out there with the pen and you just chalked it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me again.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Hey,
Dang it.
Jerry Stein says Philip R. Swanson in singles.
I saw him in the roll call. I saw the name.
I haven't seen him play.
I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, but I mean, that's something that you could use as a passion pick. You got Rick.
I got
mean,
Rick.
That's a great
Dude,
passion
Rick's my
pick.
guy.
But we talked about you picking Rick for
All right,
seniors.
funny story, folks. And this is what the passion pick means. Bill has plenty with Frank. I've got one with Rick. We are at Owensboro. I went to the upstairs secret bathroom. Folks, do not reveal this information, but there's upstairs bathrooms. They're almost always empty.
The one all the way?
All
oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
way.
we know. That's
And,
where you could find me there about 8:15
So-
in the morning.
So I went up there, right? I walk out of the bathroom stall, Bill. I wasn't thinking much. I was in a rush.
Okay. Oh, I remember this story.
There was a
gosh.
lady washing her hands.
Yeah. You went to the wrong one.
I went to the wrong restroom, folks.
You were being courteous to the men who are going to go in that bathroom after you.
Yeah, but I came out, and that person told me it's okay. My husband went in there as well on accident, and her husband was Rick. So,
dude, that's so awesome.
So I just think that the bathrooms were formatted in the same way as downstairs, but opposite on genders,
Opposite side,
right? Because
yeah.
like I went in there, I mean we weren't even thinking. Not even thinking. It's a right turn for sure. You
well,
know.
Once you got in there, you were thinking for a little while, right?
A little while.
Well, if there's no urinals, then you
No,
must
I
have
didn't
been
think about that.
You must have been doing something else.
No, first stall on the left. Let's go.
Okay, all right. I like it. What up, Hoppy? How's it going, big dog? Hoppy, are you coming down for? You are coming down for Clarksville. I cannot wait to play you one-on-one, dude. I'm feeling good.
Don't let him beat
I
you
am
up again,
feeling
Bill.
good, Hoppy. I
Bye,
mean,
folks.
we still have a game 8-5. I'm winning it.
No, you don't resume that game, Bill.
Oh, did I win then?
No.
What do you mean?
It's null and void. You don't just win a game.
It's not null and void. If I had more points than the other person, they forfeit.
Did he forfeit?
He did forfeit.
Why do you have to leave?
He was playing games somewhere else.
Like in the tournament?
In a different tournament, I think.
A sanctioned tournament?
Doesn't matter. We
Nah.
had a game going.
It
He had to
matters.
leave. I was up. If he was up, I would have given him the win. Even if he had
No,
to.
you wouldn't have. No way. You would have called it null and void almost immediately.
He says we can resume it. No, I won that one.
Okay.
We'll just
Hoppy,
play a new one.
Hoppy's game. Okay.
All right, let's get out of this, folks. Here we go. Jack's Hacks.
Jack's Hacks. Let's see it, folks. It's
Ready to
Clarksville.
go?
Or Dalton.
All right, wait. I got to mute for this one.
All right, here we go. Jack. So Jack spoke about Dalton in the way that he's never been there. This is his first time in Dalton, Georgia. We have been to Augusta before. The ACO has. I don't know about last year, but the year before, I went to Augusta. It was a smaller venue, great major, great area, but nobody knows much about Dalton.
Right.
So Jack said he did some research. He said that everything he looked at around his price range or in the lower price range that you're seeing here on the ACO hotel, it says accommodations. I would say recommendations, whatever you want to say. I mean, they are accommodations, but this is the ACO's recommendations here. He says go towards the higher level of it. You know, if you're able to have the money and go to the major, the Pro Series, he said spend a little more money because everything he saw in the lower range had bugs and mold in the reviews.
Right.
So he said that Georgia has crazy taxes right now. I didn't do any research into
Yeah,
Georgia's
I didn't know either.
taxes.
He said spend a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
than you think you would out here because the reviews were
Right.
so bad on some of the places.
So if I was going to take Jack's Hacks, I would look first at the Fairfield Inn and Suites. That's where I would look first because I've stayed at one of those before it's been okay.
Yeah.
If that had the reviews that he's speaking of, I'd probably go to the Hilton Garden Inn, right? The second notch
Hilton
down.
Garden Inn is always a phenomenal place. They have a little restaurant in bottom.
Right.
They have, they serve beers. It's just nice to when you leave the tournament to go back to your own place, get a sandwich, get whatever you got to get, and go back up to the room.
Right.
You know?
But
Rather
Bill,
than
I think
ordering
you
out.
could speak on the Holiday Inn Express because in Tupelo, if you are a veteran, folks, there was a veteran military rate that Bill's wife, of course, did the research for this, folks, and got the rate. And the place they stayed in, Bill, I mean, you can't say enough good things about it.
It was phenomenal. Tupelo.
Yeah, for what,
Holiday Inn Express.
$110?
No, it was $90.
$90 a night?
Yeah, $90
Crazy.
a night for the veteran discount there. The other place that we got, Red Roof Inn, Jack's Hacks place, not even comparable.
But great for the price if you are a regular civilian.
Yeah, exactly. Great for the price, but as a veteran going to this other place, I mean, it was insane. Had a big atrium on the inside, had a full bar, its own restaurant and stuff.
Bill didn't even
was
invite me
nice.
over.
Yeah, I took a video and just sent it to him.
That's it. That's all I saw,
Yeah,
folks. It was pretty
we
cool.
should have
though.
stayed there the whole time.
It was pretty cool.
I decided, he said the Red Roof Inn was okay, so I decided to go there. We should not have done it. We should have canceled and then went back to the Holiday Inn Express.
I gave Bill
because
the
it was
option,
so
folks.
nice.
I told him that I looked at the video that he sent me. I said I would rather stay there, but the Red Roof Inn is fine. And then he said I don't want to go through the hassle.
See,
So.
my issue is $189 a night there. It's still very expensive.
That is very expensive for just a major because we know
Yeah.
how much time we're spending in the hotels, folks, and it's not
almost
a lot.
not. You need a
It's
place
not
to
lot.
sleep. You could always do
Yeah.
the Zach Rush though.
Oh, the Zach's Hacks?
Zach's Hacks, yeah.
We're a segment coming soon. Not really.
No.
Zach's Hacks. When I used to play with Zach, and when he go play by himself at majors, Zach's first season, we stayed in the Red Roof Inn for $55 one night. It was rough, folks. Yeah, I wish that I was armed. I wasn't armed.
Yeah.
But after that, Zach bought a blow-up mattress that fits in the back seat of your vehicle to cover the creases and the seatbelt. What would you call them? Seatbelts. The thing the seatbelt goes into. What would it be? Receptor. The seatbelt receptors, it covered them. So that you had a smooth surface.
Yeah.
He slept in those. He would go to majors, drive down, how many hours it was. He would sleep in those, wake up the next morning, play cornhole, sleep in that, drive home. He's an animal.
It's better than throwing a mattress in the bed of a truck. Sleeping inside.
Depends on the weather.
I mean, okay.
And if you're armed. If you're unarmed, never sleep in the back of the truck.
I'd sleep in my truck before I stayed in a cheap hotel. Yeah, I mean, I think that's, I don't know.
I don't know how it's more safe. How is it more safe to sleep in your own vehicle?
It's hard for me to fall asleep in a vehicle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's so hot in there.
Yeah.
It can be either really hot or really cold, right? And you can't control it because you're not going to leave your vehicle on all night, right? So, like, unless the temperature is perfect, sleeping in your vehicle could be a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. That's all I know.
Yeah, I don't think I could fall asleep like that.
Dalton, Georgia, Jack is saying to stay on the higher end of this scale. If I was to make a recommendation, Fairfield Inn, I haven't even looked at the reviews, folks, but what I'm saying is I've stayed in a Fairfield before, and it's been okay.
Right.
If that's no good, I would bump up to the Hilton and spend the money to make it happen and go win the Pro Series. That's what I would do personally.
So talking exactly what you did, let's draw a little line here. And in my opinion, Best Western Plus and up would probably be okay. Because I've stayed at a Best Western Plus. It's not a Best Western, it's a plus.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you know that they take a little bit of extra care because it has.
If I was a hotel chain now, I would just add plus to my name.
I know. Oh, that's what they did. But anyway, I think if we drew a line right there and up, that's where I'd be staying anyway. All right, Scotty Ball says me and Hannah slept in the parking garage at Branson last year. Oh my god.
We've got a couple people that have slept in their car. I'm proud of y'all.
Dude, it's awesome. Look, if I had a bigger vehicle, like if I had a Yukon or something like that, to where I could put all the seats down and just throw like an air mattress or something, I think that would be okay. But I just don't understand how I'd sleep in my vehicle in a parking lot or anything like that. You know, the nightmare
of sleeping in a vehicle. No,
right,
it's no joke.
Here we go.
It's about to go down, folks. Get the shares out there. The bag reveal is about to happen. This is not a release, folks.
Not a release.
This is not a release.
Just a review.
We're going to talk about something special we are going to do for this bag, and this is the first time we've ever done this. But this has been 3, 4, 5 months, Bill, since we've released a new bag.
Yeah.
We've been working on this thing. We've been working on the materials. We've been working on what we want to use for the fast side. We've been working on the fill we want to use for this bag. We've got sets in circulation right now, folks, that have multiple different types of fill in them so that we could ensure we put out the most high-quality bag we possibly could with this material because it is a sought-after and popular material.
Very popular
But we wanted
material.
to make it CBC Elite. We wanted to make it top of the line, the best it could possibly be. And I can say, personally, without a doubt, that it is one of the best bags I've ever thrown in my life.
Just to say one thing, Dylan hasn't played the game serious in about 6 months. About 6 months.
Or more.
We played a major, or not a major,
regional.
excuse me, a full regional this weekend in singles. Tell them how you did. Tell them what you threw.
Yeah, Sunday, I mean, the finish wasn't great, folks. I took a 9th. But what I'm going to tell you...
I beat you?
No.
I took a 5th.
Well, you didn't play me. I would have smoked you.
I was in a different bracket, but I took a 5th.
But I played Thursday doubles as well. Bill and I played pretty good. We took 4th, right? Thursday? No, Thursday singles. I took 5th or 7th, whatever. But I didn't throw these. On Sunday, I threw them, folks. And I took a risk on them. I really did. I threw a 9.44 over 55 rounds. And I have not thrown consistently or practiced or thrown in the tournament or thrown anything above like an 8.5 in probably 8 months or more. I mean, I'm not kidding. And I went out there through 55 rounds in singles at a regional and threw a 9.44. These bags were very forgiving and giving me a ton of help. My push game, it was easy. I didn't feel like I needed to do anything extra with the bags. And when I wanted to cut, I just a light 45 degree on it, and I was getting action out of a set of bags that's only 2 weeks old, folks, which is crazy.
Right.
So what you think about this, especially this material, when you guys see it and know it, is you're going to get more action out of that if you want to, right? If you get the bags dirty, if you practice outdoors, if you do that kind of thing. If you want to keep them clean and fast, clean and fast. This bag is going to move and drip, and
they're nice.
All the stuff. I hit airmail drags. I was playing great on Sunday, man, and this is my first time throwing this set of bags. Really the first time with a template this size too, with the corners really this way and everything we did.
We changed a lot in this bag compared to all of our other bags. A lot. Template size, different type of fill in it, the corners, stuff like that. We softened them just a little. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we did just specifically for this bag. This is the one that we took the absolute longest to try to come together and get. Initially out of the package, may feel a little bit fat, but we did that for a purpose. We did that because players like to freaking throw them. When you throw them and they start loosening up and stuff, they are just freaking beautiful. All right, here we go.
Let's, folks, this bag is one of a kind. Some would call it a Lone Ranger. Others might call it what you're going to see right now. This is Bill's job. This is Bill's job, and he doesn't like when I touch the mouse. It's okay.
Why
Folks,
do we do that?
Like we said,
are so bad at this. Dude, let's go.
There it is. Okay, now you hear us. This is the Ronin. This is the slow side. This is as close as we can get, folks. So you can see this thing. These things are partially broken in. This one less than Bill's. This is about a week old. One wash on this guy. One CBC break-in on this. This one over here that Bill has is the one that I threw. It's got a little bit more flop to it, Bill. I mean, if you guys
a little bit more right now,
a little bit more
brand
flop,
new.
But
brand
as
new.
you get it, this thing is super hole friendly. A lot of cut action with this, and if you're a roll bag player, you can butterfly this thing, and you can roll over anything. So things you see that Jeremiah Ellis does with his bags is something you can do with this bag. And the 9-speed is not punishing, or the 9-speed, it can be punishing, but we went with an 8.
That's why we went with an 8.
Yes.
Number one, 8 plays better than 9 in humidity. Number one, that is a fact. It does something with the humidity on that 9-speed side, slows it down so much.
Right.
8-speed, a little bit more controllable, but when there's humidity, it actually plays faster than that 9-speed side, so we went with the 8. Although the trade-off that we personally get for going with an 8 instead of a 9 is that you get some pulls and stuff like that sometimes a little bit easier because of that specific material that we use. But I think the 8 works better with this bag than a 9-speed. 100%.
Folks, we are very, very confident that this bag is our next big thing, and possibly, in my opinion, after not throwing for a long time, the best bag I've thrown. Possibly ever. It's so good and so hole friendly and so maneuverable.
That's coming from somebody, and I know we talk about our company. I mean, obviously we promote our company, but that's coming from somebody that was a bag fiend before we made a company. This guy would have a new set every other week that he's just buying these other ones, top brands, top net. Dude, you spend so much money on bags doing that, and I got to try them all out for free. It was awesome.
Yeah, Bill, don't act like you didn't have a lot of sets of bags. Don't act like that. But folks, this bag is awesome. And something we are doing for this bag, especially Bill, if you'd like to let them know, because I know you have the verbiage down for what we are going to do with this bag. The full release of bags on site, pay with cash and or card at the Clarksville Major booth.
Right.
That's where it will happen, is the Clarksville Major.
So we are talking about pre-orders. I know it said that in the ad right there with pre-orders. It's not up on the website. Although, folks, if you did not notice that, it did say cbcbags.com. We bought a second domain. We think it works a little bit better. Just to make sure, it'll redirect you straight to our webpage to be able to do that. Derek, I believe, will have tomorrow a pre-order spot for that. But there is going to be limited sets. We only have so much time before that major. We hope to get out, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 sets, something like that, prior to that major. But if you come to the major, you need to let us know. We're not shipping any of these pre-orders. We're not doing anything like that. This will be major pickup only. And then after that, the website will open up for orders.
Right.
But we are releasing it at the Clarksville Major. It's more of a kind of a commemorative thing for us. I mean, a major in our freaking backyard. We had to finish this bag and make sure it got out. So super excited about it.
If you do want to pre-order, folks, it will be pay forward. And your name with your bag color, which will be released within the next couple days, all of the options onto the Facebook page, and you will just send a message to the Facebook page to me personally or to Bill personally. You will go onto a list, but you have to pay forward. Your bags will be set aside for you with your name on them to be picked up at the major. So that will happen up until Tuesday, probably Wednesday of next week. After that, we won't take any pre-orders. We will go to the major, sell what we have, come back, and then catch back up. But I really think that we are going to spend a lot of time making these bags for y'all and getting a ton of sets out in the next, I think for the foreseeable future, to be honest. I mean,
these things,
somebody asked a good question here, Bill, that I wanted to answer. Colin Campbell asked how they play to the Carbon. People know and love the Carbon, our best-selling bag. It 100% is our best-selling bag, with a hybrid style carpet, just like you see here. I mean, this is just in my opinion, our opinion, a faster style of hybrid carpet. Yep. Just a little bit faster. So the slow side will play a tad faster in optimal board conditions, and the fast side will play a little bit slower, but more controllable. And the corners on this bag are a little more rounded than what you'll see on the Carbon.
So the Carbon specific bag, right? Everybody knows that when we make bags, we like them a little bit fatter than everything else. We even made the Carbon just a little bit fatter. But the Carbon has a little bit more sharper corners, which makes a template feel a little bit bigger. We felt that grabbed the hole better and dripped in a little bit better. We rounded these ones a little bit, and we put a little bit extra fill in here because we wanted these to still have that cutability and stuff, but they have ridiculous hole friendliness because that material is just a hair faster than it. Absolutely love these things, man. This is Hoppy, you say a fast bag for y'all. It's a fast bag. It is a little bit on the faster side for us, but it falls into the carpet category, the hybrid carpet category, so we're okay with that.
Okay, guys, that is the Ronin, man, and we are very excited about it. And it's my bag now. I couldn't say that I'm gonna throw anything different after how I played last Sunday.
I don't know how we're ever gonna play doubles again. I don't know how we're going to. I like too slow bags, and he likes them too fast here.
David, just send me a message, and I'll send you the colorways, and you make 2 options, and then we'll get your payment in, and then we'll get your bag set aside, David. No problem.
Yeah, prior to when it's up on the website, just send all the DMs to Dylan. Just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll take care of you.
That's fine, folks. I can handle it.
He'll take care of you. Yeah,
I can handle it. But folks, that is the bag reveal. We're very excited about it. Thank you guys all for being so supportive. I know everybody's been pretty anxious about it. You guys have seen it a little bit on the lives. You guys have seen a little bit of a teaser.
I know, we've been throwing it out there a little bit. But honestly, until 2 days ago, we didn't even have the fill situation completely 100% locked down. Because we were still experimenting with a bunch of different bags and stuff like that. Right. Chase, I know Dylan said I'll get you hooked up, Chase. Don't worry about it, man. You're on the list, brother.
Matt Davis, the speeds are 6.8 is what we're going with. 6.8, so 6 slow side here, as you see.
Which can slow down if you throw it, you throw it outside and things like that. It can slow down, although I don't know why. I think it comes out of the box. Not out of the box. But out of whatever bag that it comes out of, once that fill is broken down inside a little bit, it's perfect. I think it is absolutely perfect, the speeds that it comes out of the box at.
And from the research we've done, this colorway of the R carpet that you're looking at here, folks, it's a denim, a baby blue, a blue and white mix, has been said to be the softest feeling in hand as well. And I mean, I'm a big feel guy, and I threw Surefires for a long time, folks, and I always liked the feel that slow side felt like on my fingers, because it did get soft over time. And this bag, I mean, even better. It's just, it feels really good in the hand. It plays well. I controlled it with right to left cuts, reverse cuts. Airmails were nice. I was getting drags. I was getting things to drip around.
It's all on video too. I mean, the playability of the bag is on video. You went live during a lot of those rounds and stuff like that, so check them out.
Yeah, I played a great game against Austin. One game, I mean, I could highlight is Austin Thomas, and I mean, I lost 21-16, but I threw a 9.68 over 22 or 23 rounds, and Austin threw a 10.09. Yeah. But I mean, I played really well, and the bags played great. The name, just so we can just elaborate on what the name means, Ronin, R-O-N-I-N, is a rogue samurai. So a samurai is a Japanese warrior that is in the Japanese army. A Ronin is pretty much a samurai that goes rogue. It goes on to its own to fight battles of its own. So this bag, being one of a kind and being its own thing, we thought that this name was very fitting for the bag.
So we're going to stick with these colorways for a little while. We got blue, we got orange, we got red. Green, a couple different colorways. These first editions here were kind of our test bags that have kind of the black outer edge. We could still do these, although we have since moved the blue all the way to the outer edge, or the orange all the way to the outer edge and stuff like that, just because we didn't want bags being on a board face down and then all you see is the black side if somebody, two people are playing with the same one. So we did change that up a little bit. Other than that, this is going to be the graphic that we're going to go with right now. But Derek, man, he's always... I got to give it up for Derek, too. He came up with that. The commercial, the little commercial for it and stuff. Man, he worked super hard on that. So if you guys see Derek, please tell him thank you.
The graphics guy.
The graphics guy. He is Derek. He does all of our graphics and everything like that. And he does a very good job. So we're super excited to have him being able to do
and
things
as for slow side, we're looking into a second colorway. But right now, we want to stick with this colorway, folks. We like the way that it plays on the slow side. We like the way that it feels. Until it becomes a real problem for us, I really like what it is right now.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get another colorway on the slow side for a little while. Yeah. For a little while, anyway.
We'll see how things go. It'll be up to y'all.
Let's go. You ready?
Yeah. Hey, folks. Family Feud. The main topic here, which is it'll probably be all we do, looking time wise, but the Clarksville Sellout. let's talk about it.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
I would say.
All right. Here we go. We had to get the little cinematic. Derek did that too. He's great at it. So Family Feud today. What you tell me what we have to talk about, and I'm gonna go off the cuff and tell you exactly what I think about it.
Okay. So I made a post. So everybody knows that the Clarksville Major sold out. I'm not gonna disclose the exact numbers because I honestly don't know what they are now at this point. I don't know what the exact singles numbers are for the tournament. I know Frank mentioned on the taco yesterday 350 players. I don't believe that's singles standalone. I believe that's all unique
all
divisions.
Unique players 350.
And so I said, so maybe Wednesday we'll talk about tournaments selling out, and in the future discuss registrations and when they open and what you should do. I'm not really budget-wise. I don't want to tell anybody how to use their money or anything like that. But what I want to speak to is thinking about this major selling out, because the main thing was complaints. You got a small venue, you know what I mean? Or I can't believe you didn't think this was going to sell out, or this and that. So something I thought about a lot was this major, specifically Clarksville. And we knew it would sell out. I think
we did.
We told people from as soon as we found out that the major was coming to Clarksville, I was like, it's going to sell out. Because we knew that there's no venues here that can hold 500, 600, 700 players that could come to Clarksville easily. You could get that many people here. But I knew there wasn't a venue available to hold that amount of players.
Right.
At least not for a reasonable price. We could talk about the F&M Bank Arena. I don't know how many sets of boards it could hold, but I can tell you right now that the beers are going to be $9 and your mixed drinks are going to be $12. So then if we put 500 players in there, you guys are angry about the drink prices. So it's kind of a lose-lose, and we went with the Dunn Center here, or well, I say we, the ACO, went with the Dunn Center here in a great spot. Austin Peay University, it's a D1 college, a huge basketball court, an awesome little spot. But what I want to talk about when people say, oh, I can't believe you got a small venue, or I can't believe you capped the major, you got to think about where this major is placed in the season, folks. Okay, so January 3rd through the 6th, we had Owensboro. Okay, huge major, just less than 4 weeks ago. Okay, 2 weeks after that, you do Knoxville, a true and patented huge major.
4 to 5 hours away from each other.
Right.
Okay.
Then, the week after Clarksville is a new spot, Dalton, Georgia, but a Pro Series major. So you know you're going to have big numbers there as well. Now, in the middle, you put Clarksville, a new city, a new area, sandwiched between 3 most likely large majors.
Right.
So to think that everybody is going to go to 4 majors in 7 weeks is hard to think about. And you as a business person, you probably think one of these is not going to do as well as the rest of them. And if you were to put them on a map, you go Owensboro, Knoxville, Clarksville, Dalton, which one do you think would the least amount of people sign up for? My vote would always be Clarksville.
That's tough. So you went into a lot there.
This is what I think about.
I believe you overthought that.
Maybe.
I think that you overthought that. We know how strong Cornhole is in this area. Mm-hmm. Anywhere between 4 hours from this centralized location. It's freaking ridiculous. Absolutely everywhere. You and I knew as soon as it was announced that there was a Clarksville major that it was going to be sold out, because we kept thinking, and we talked about this numerous times, what building could they possibly get to hold a major? Because you and I are used to going to Owensboro, Knoxville, 80,000 square feet, absolutely crazy. Where in Clarksville has that? There's nowhere, right? So when Frank comes into town and he talks to the city center and stuff like that, and he figures out what best place to house it, they must have just come up with the Dunn Center there, right? And the Dunn Center, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a basketball court with bleachers, and then it has a couple satellite rooms and things like that going on in it. So not absolutely massive, but one of the biggest places that you could potentially play in Clarksville.
100%.
Okay, we have the F&M Bank Arena, which is another one.
Which is almost
brand new. I
don't
know
new.
The size of it.
Right.
Almost brand new. I've actually never been in there.
I haven't been in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't even know. We'll take that one off the list. Where else could you possibly play in Clarksville?
Oh, there's nowhere. That you could fit more than. We've been looking for a venue, folks, for somewhere to do something for a long time. Something to buy and make a CBC Palace out of, or something. Just do something with even 10 sets of boards, folks. We've been looking for a place like that that's reasonably priced and haven't been able to find it. So
arguably, we've never been to the F&M Bank Arena, so we don't know. But arguably, they found the absolute best place that you possibly could.
Yeah. My
argument for the ACO is that the ACO has been doing this for a little while, right? Can we all agree that 2005 governing body, they must have some sort of algorithm like, hey, how many sets of boards can we put into a place, and then how many people can we get through a specific tournament and leave at a reasonable time with that many sets of boards? It is more of a scientific, mathy kind of equation that they have to do to be able to figure that out. So they walk into the Dunn Center, they say, oh, it's this many square feet of open, I can get this many boards in here, this is what it's got to be capped at. Right? And that's probably what happened. We know that there's not buildings bigger than this that you could possibly
I think that's definitely what happened, right? Is you saw the building, you understood how many sets of boards you could put on there based off the algorithm that you've made up for the last 18, 19 years, right? And that's what it is. Selling out is not a bad thing, although I understand the negative comments because people might have not have gotten tickets or the major could be bigger. selling out a tournament is awesome, especially a first-time city.
A
It
first-time
is
city,
awesome.
phenomenal. And we're going to get into that here in a second. A first-time city being able to sell out when the ACO goes to other places and is like developing new places and things like that where they don't sell out whatsoever, and maybe they buy too much space or they buy too little space, or how do you think the city centers in those other cities feel about the ACO?
Right.
You know, they've got to be on like probably a 3-year plan in any new city that they go to, right?
I'm just wondering if any other brand new city has ever sold out at a major, because
that's a good call.
I don't know of it. I mean, I definitely don't know of people being in an uproar like they have been over a tournament selling out. So I would assume it hasn't happened.
Right.
But it's a good thing for the sport, folks, for all the interaction to be happening, for something to come somewhere new, and maybe you move it somewhere else, you know what I mean, in the future if that opens up, if F&M Bank is able to hold more,
right.
and then you make a deal with some, I'm just letting you know, if we go to F&M Bank, be ready to pay for the beers.
There are many, many warehouses and industrial places out here.
Mm-hmm.
If you could get a permit for one weekend sale of beer and food, the food trucks, the beer, literally everything would be there. There are so many warehouses out here that are absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Massive. That could handle something like that.
So one question, Bill.
I was gonna go with
Okay.
the question. Should the ACO post how many players is a cap?
That's the same question that I was going to ask you.
Well, let me give you my thoughts on it.
Then
I'm
go
joking.
ahead.
I'm joking.
I don't
First.
care.
You go first.
I don't think so, because I think it could deter people, right? That they only hold this many. I don't know if I can get a ticket. I don't know if I can do this. That means it's going to be this stack because there's only this amount of players allowed in there. I'm going to tell you right now, every single building, folks, every single major, every single venue has a cap. And I've been talking about this with people for the last week.
There's a limit.
Every single one. Owensboro has a limit, folks. I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you right now that it has a limit.
That's true.
Clarksville's is just lower than you'd like it to be right now, and the major sold out. I do think that coming to Clarksville was a risk, especially knowing that you were going to have a venue that was not 300 plus. Because, I mean, we talked to the ACO about this in the past, and when they said they possibly were coming to Clarksville, we were like, dude, where? You know, because...
Yeah, we've been looking.
And we didn't know. We didn't know where they were going, and I told that person from the rip that I don't care where you put it, it'll sell out. Because I knew there wasn't a building here like Owensboro. I knew there wasn't a building here like Knoxville to where it could hold 500 or 600. And I knew you could put 500 or 600 people at a Clarksville major. Imagine if this major was in April, or it was in November, or it was in right where there's not like a bunch of saturated big majors like we're seeing right now. You put it in that space, and you had a building like Owensboro, it's 100% 500 to 600 players. Easy. The only reason that there's only 300 or 400, like 300, let's say 400 people that want to play in it is because it's sandwiched between a bunch of other stuff. If it wasn't, it's even bigger. It's even more demand.
Right.
You know,
right.
I mean, so do you put a number on it? Do you tell the people how many spots there are exactly? Okay, if you do that, does that mean you have to update them on how many are filled every day? How often do you update them? So you go out there, you put the number out every single time you have a major. You put the number out, right? Okay, the number's there, right? Just like we saw. Early registration was still open. So the number's been there, right? Early registration's still open. The major sells out. Are people still unhappy because it sold out during early registration?
So that's another argument. We'll talk about that in a minute. I want to separate the ideas that should the ACO announce how many players can play there, or should they say, early registration be the same thing as unlimited tickets? Like, I think people are kind of conflating those things.
Well, I don't think that's ever...
I think, well, no. I think we agree on that,
Right.
and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to separate those two issues, because the only one that we're talking about right now is if, the ACO should advertise the amount of players that are going to be allowed at a specific venue.
In the singles division, right? This is what people care about, is the singles division.
This is my argument for the ACO one, and I think it's the best one that I could possibly think of.
Okay.
And I'm going to take Owensboro as an example, right? We'll just take Owensboro, and I trust me, I know it's huge, I know it's phenomenal, I know it's ridiculous, super major, freaking awesome. Although, let's say they only rented that bottom floor room, right? And let's say they had their algorithm and sold out. They can still have 2 other rooms to rent. Right? Let's say the city center helped them, pay for some of it, maybe this and that, whatever, and they were able to get a huge room. So they're like, okay, we have more demand than what, the space available. Is that something you would be interested in changing? Because it's a whole conversation. It's a negotiation with these people to be able to get a better deal because you're bringing in more people. Once that deal is locked in, it's locked.
Yeah.
But some places offer more space available in the future. Right, so we'll take Owensboro as one of the probably best case examples for something like that, and then let's take maybe a different major that's not so big, that maybe this place has more room to be able to do stuff. You know what I mean? Maybe it's booked for other things, maybe it's not booked for other things. But if you sell out, there's always a call that can be made and say, hey, we're going to have more people than what we said. Is there any way we could get a little bit more space?
Right.
I think that that's a bad way if I would say that, this current tournament is capped at 270, because there's always that future conversation that you could potentially have with that person that you're renting that space from.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because then everybody's like,
where,
why'd you say 270? And
why'd you say 270 and now it's 350 or
Right.
312 or whatever? Maybe they can carve out a small amount of space in a new venue, but that's stuff that's all behind the scenes, right? If, I would say the ACO's worst decision is to probably say, let's rent 80,000 square feet and then get 50 people to fill it.
Right.
That's the worst decision possible. I mean, you're paying so much extra money to rent out that space than what you're using in there. It's absolutely crazy. But if you go to where, this one should be pretty big. We'll say 250 for our first year there.
Yep.
But they have a couple extra rooms just in case this sells out, which seems to be what happened. I don't know if they have extra space or not. I have no idea. But I think that that's a pretty good argument to say, no, I'm never going to say exactly how many players are capped.
Right.
DJ had a great point there, though. Say spaces are limited.
Well, I think that's been said. Has that not been said
I think
for
it
weeks?
has.
And I'm not saying from us, because we agreed we weren't going to make this the I told you so show, which we're not, folks. We understand that everybody has things that they are going to have to. We weren't supposed to
ever say that again on this show.
Well, no, it's okay. I said we weren't going to. I negated what it was. But we understand people have things they have to do, right? And you can't buy tickets, 4 months in advance, and you can't do this and you can't do that. But what I'm going to say, something about it, is that the refund option on your tickets on the ACO website is something you should utilize if you're somebody who is unsure about a major but don't want to miss out on tickets. Right. The refund, I think, is $8 per ticket, right? So let's say it was me and you, Bill, and we bought singles and we bought doubles, and we couldn't go to Clarksville, and it sold out. We've missed out, after the refund, on $24.
Right.
Instead of $120, right? But we had the tickets. We could have went. You know what I mean? And this is something I think people should utilize a little more than they are. And I understand that people don't want to tack on another $8 onto their big orders of tickets and such like that.
Well, another thing you may be able to do is trade those tickets or exchange the tickets with other players that wanted to go.
You cannot do that.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah,
right,
you cannot do that. But like Stacy's the one who brought this up. You don't have to buy all your major tickets at one time. You could buy your singles and then at a later date buy something else.
Okay, yeah,
right. Yeah. And so I wanted to talk about that a little bit. That the refund option is there, and if you just bought a singles ticket, let's say you bought it in November, as soon as Clarksville went live, I think it was somewhere around December. We had to buy some tickets, and I bought them immediately. And once I saw that the major was open for tickets, bought the tickets. I've double checked on these tickets 3 times in the last 2 months. I mean, just because I've been so paranoid about the major, because I knew that this is what was going to happen. I knew for a fact this is what was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to be this crazy with people, right? But I knew that something like this was going to happen. So I didn't get the refund because it's okay. But if you're one of those people, get the refund. It's $8. If you weren't able to go to singles, you're like, I ended up can't make it because I'm going to go to Dalton the next weekend. Or I've just been to Owensboro and Knoxville this month. My wife's not letting me go to Clarksville. Yeah. It's $8. That's it. You refund your ticket. All you missed out on was $8.
It's not bad. It's not bad, especially if you're planning to go anyway, right? So you were planning to spend for hotels, you're planning gas, you're planning all sorts of things, and then you don't go, you're out that $8 instead of the whatever it could have been for you actually traveling to that location. There is one hack that I do want to bring up, and I don't know if it would work in this situation. I'm not sure. I'd have to go read the fine print on everything like this. But my wife recently found a hack to be able to maybe get tickets a little bit cheaper after the pre-registration time.
Okay.
You ready for this? Jack, you're going to appreciate this. I shouldn't even say it, but let's do it.
Oh, you've already let them up.
There's a category for world doubles if you don't have a partner.
Yeah.
Right? And it's free to put your name on that list.
Right.
But the price there is a little bit cheaper than world doubles late registration.
Well, I think you pay at the venue.
You pay at the venue, but it's that price locked in to that early bird deal.
Oh.
Or maybe just a couple bucks more than that early bird deal.
Yeah.
So if you think you're going to be able to make it, I would say, why not put your name on that specific list? Because I know that list you're allowed to pick from other players on that list,
as long as they're available.
And
from
text them
what
as long
I
as they're
know,
available.
yes.
So if me and you signed up on that list because we were late registration, didn't want to pay extra money and stuff like that. So a little bit of a hack, just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that could work out. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know what.
Yeah, so, $45 for no partner, but you get to pick your partner off of a list.
Right. That is true. So, like, if Bill and I knew that we missed early registration, but we knew we were going to play with each other, we both sign up on no partner list, but then as soon as we get there Friday, we're like, hey, we're playing doubles together. We pay $90 total.
It's a hack, right?
Instead of, because I think late registration, I think late registration for doubles is either 100 or 120. Yeah. So it is a hack.
Just throwing it out there. A little bit of hack.
This will most likely change now, folks, in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, it's going to change. It's going to change now. I'm so sorry for bringing this up. Next time, the hacks, we're all going to get on a little mass text together. We won't invite any of the ACO people, and we'll find them. We'll find them, folks.
No, we won't do that. But no, I forgot what I was going to ask you, but I wanted to ask you something, but I forgot what it was.
Okay.
So let's read some more comments. So we got Booker's down, we got Stacy's down. We could go up a little bit.
A lot of people think that the max number should be posted. I think we put that one to bed by saying that some venues have more space. If you post that max number and it sells out in a couple days, people are going to freaking go nuts when they open it up for more people a little bit later. I wouldn't do that personally as a business. I would say limited numbers, which I believe that they did say. And I think that is right. I think that they said, hey, the Clarksville Major's here. You said tickets have been open since how long?
I think I bought tickets before Owensboro. So that would say early January, late December at the earliest.
Okay.
I can't tell you the exact. I mean, I could go back in my email and tell you when I bought the tickets, but
I think that's fine. You should get your tickets if you're planning on going there. And I know some people are last minute deals and this and that, but sometimes they sell out, and it's, I don't want to say tough luck, but that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, and as for, I know this was one thing, Bill, is that there was an option on tickets to transfer the ticket. But the ACO made a rule this year that you can't transfer your ticket. And I think this is smart on the ACO's part. Because what could have happened here is people could have sold their singles tickets for upwards of $100, $150 to people. And you don't want to create a market like that, right? What the ACO did really well here is they opened up some spots today. I don't know the number, but they opened up some spots today. Every single one of them, folks, was still at the early registration price. So could the ACO have opened that registration up today at $60 or $80 a ticket and made themselves a couple more bucks? 110%.
Right. But
110% they could have. So I just want to give them credit where credit's due. That this is for the players.
Well, they're not scalping. They're not saying, oh, since you guys were late and we had to pay extra for this other room or whatever it may be, we're making you guys. They didn't do that. I'm
telling you right now, folks, if you want to pay somebody extra when it's still 2 a.m. and Bill and I still have headsets on at the Clarksville Major, just bring us a beer.
A beer. Just a beer.
That's what we'd appreciate. Especially if you got a late ticket. Bryce King, that's you.
Bryce King, I expect a beer, dude. I expect a beer.
But because it's going to be a late night, folks. When you sell out a tournament, that means that you have maxed out how many players can play on X amount of boards that are at the tournament. That hasn't happened yet.
Right.
That has not happened yet at a major that I've been to.
Me
and
neither.
we've been at majors late.
Yeah.
And I'm talking late, folks. And this is going to be a 4-bracket splitter. It's going to be a late one. You know what I mean? So help us out.
We're gonna have to bring some focus juice, all sorts of stuff, man. We're gonna have to. I mean, dude,
there might be 20-minute power naps hitting, son.
Super excited to be able to stream this one too.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get there and freaking stream this. Very excited about it.
I don't have much else on this bill. If you have anything, I mean, the Clarksville sellout. Yeah.
The only thing I really have on it is that a lot of people were saying, "Hey, pre-registration and selling out should not be in the same sentence." It's pretty much what other people said, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they were like, well, they said it was still pre-registration or
early
what is it?
registration,
early bird registration. Those things are completely different. If I don't know, I'm just gonna say Taylor Swift because she's in the news a lot.
Go ahead.
If Taylor Swift does a flash concert in Nashville, and it's early bird special for 3 days, and she sells out in 5 minutes. That's not the same thing.
And nobody's mad about it.
Just because it's early bird does not mean it can't sell out during that early bird period. One is a period, right? And the other one is the max capacity for a freaking venue. So they're not the same.
Well,
thing.
DJ
That's
says
all I'm
stop
saying.
early registration, just sell tickets. And DJ, so what I'm going to say why you don't do this is because of the work that the people have to put in to input the names, right? Double check the emails, create each division and stuff like that. All that has to happen that we don't see. I don't think when you buy a ticket, you just go into a slot on Scoreholio for women's when you buy a women's ticket, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. So somebody has to manually do that. So I think why there's a separation between early and late registration is because now somebody has to work possibly off the clock to get those late registration names into the tournament. And what is paid for, that's what's paid for, right? That's what's paid for in the extra amount that is the late registration compared to the early registration is after hour work from people that are doing the jobs of putting the names into the brackets. That's what I would assume. That's what I would think. I mean, just from making bags, you know, if we have an order or if we have a bunch of orders and then somebody wants to expedite an order for $10 extra, they want it done today, will Bill and I go down there and make the set of bags? We probably will.
Probably would.
We probably would. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. It's a late order. You know what I mean? You want them quicker than usual. You want us to work outside the hours that we were going to work or extra hours that we didn't plan on working. I think that there should be a charge for that. That is my opinion on that, on early to late registration.
And DJ said don't discount them. Same price, just open it up early. So I
don't think anything's discounted. I think the regular ticket sales is $40.
But
late
I
is
like
$60.
that early bird discount.
I don't
what I mean?
want
because
the tickets to get any more expensive.
No,
I don't want them to get any more
more
expensive.
I agree with that. Yeah. Hey, Nate Allen, brother, whatever drinks, dude. It don't matter. Dylan and I don't care when we're broadcasting at 1 a.m., with 5 games to go. And we're
I've also been told,
anything,
folks,
brother.
I'll give you a sneak peek right here. I've been told by my buddies at work, a couple of them might show up on Friday, they said I have to play in the blind draw. I've been told I must play.
By who?
Josh, Ty, my buddies at work. They
Do
said
I gotta play in the blind draw?
I think you
You
should.
know I'm all about blind draws.
Once Bill gets about 4 glasses of swing oil, 4 cans of swing oil, whatever it may be.
Nobody wants to be my blind draw.
Bill will
partner
ask
except
me-
Hoppy.
Bill will ask me 6 times if he should play in the blind draw, minimum. 6 times minimum.
Love
Jack
that blind draw.
said, any more Taylor Swift references, I'm out of here.
Jack, stop.
Jack, it applies to anybody. Zach Bryan tickets, Luke Combs tickets, Joe Rogan comedy tickets. I don't care what it is. They open up registration. It could say it's open until X date, and they sell out within minutes. This is just a little bit different because we're not used to it. We're just not used to these tournaments selling out, folks. We're used to, we can wait as long as we want, and it's so comfortable. Just wait till you get your next paycheck and you can buy it. You ain't got a budget, go get your ice cream, right? Go order your Amazon crap. Go ahead, because next week you can get tickets. You get them next week, because right now I need the ice cream. You don't freaking need it, folks.
Dude, I don't
Buy
know.
your dang tickets.
I don't know what is going on.
Don't
Just
get me
keep damn
fired up.
tickets.
You guys understand.
Jack, we know you're on a fixed income, brother. We know, and sometimes all I gotta say is tough luck, Jack. If you didn't get your tickets on time and you don't do it,
Jack will be there.
Don't do it, I know he's gonna be there. Earlier, he said he's on a fixed income, so he can't do things and this and that and blah blah blah.
Jack was in
Gallatin. He's got to plan everything 10 months in advance, and if this happens, whatever.
Jack was in Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge the other weekend with his girlfriend. Came down in Knoxville just to say hi, and we are sorry we couldn't.
Jack, I wish we could.
We couldn't have said it. I saw him over there with his beanie on. Did you see him? He did one of these. He just did one of these.
I know, and I felt so bad because I waved, but the game was going on.
Jack, yeah.
Love you, Jack.
Hey,
sorry,
Knoxville
brother.
was sick, folks. Hey, Clarksville is going to be awesome. The tournament is absolutely stacked. The picks will be next week here on the podcast, folks. And it's going to be a banger of a major, Bill. It really is.
Oh, I can't wait.
Really
I can't
is.
wait for next week's stream. Dude, next week, I just want to say one thing just for us. It's going to be so freaking busy. It's insane.
There is a
We
possibility.
only have
Go ahead.
5 days to make Ronins. Then we have a stream night. Then we have to set up the same day of the pre-party.
We're going to play
And
in the
then
pre-party.
Friday night, Saturday night, we're streaming.
We're going to try to play in the pre-party.
And if we get any orders in between that aren't Ronins, we got to make all those.
Folks, if you're signed up for the pre-party and we're not there in the beginning, we'll be there later. We're setting up equipment at the Dunn Center because we're going to do that Thursday night 100% as soon as we possibly can so that Friday morning we can roll in and be ready to go.
Yeah.
But we'll be at the pre-party on Thursday. If we're throwing bags, is going to depend on if we can get our equipment set up in time. And we're going to do it as quickly as we can.
If you're in town, I'm planning on being at the pre-party at about 4 p.m. to help set up. They don't even open till 5. I'm going to be at there 4 just to help set up.
We won't be there at 4, Bill. We'll be setting up equipment.
No, I'm going to get the equipment. Look, we have day jobs too. I'm going to take off a little bit early. We're going to get the Dunn
Bill's
Center
not
set
working
up,
on Thursday,
and then
folks.
No, I am. I'm working on Thursday. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Guys,
though.
just so you know, Bill and Derek work together. Bill and the graphics guy work together. So when you don't see the graphics guy, when the graphics guy looks a little bit slow on Friday morning, just know he's been picking up for Bill's work.
That's true. That is true. That is true. So.
Cherry says we better start selling. That's right.
I know. Yeah, it's
every day. Hey, but last but not least, folks, these are the Ronin.
This is it.
6'8". Send me a message with your order. I will send the approved colorways that we have. As long as you pay, folks, these bags will be available for you at the major.
Well, limited.
Limited.
There's no possible way we're gonna be able to do 50 sets by then.
Right,
we have too many other things to do.
I don't know when we cut them off, but
we are gonna cut them off at some point. But the name gets in there. These will be made. Currently, we will advertise when we can't make any more.
All right, folks. That's all I got, Bill. Hey, thank you guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in,
everybody for coming in.
Yeah, it's been a great stream as usual. We can't wait to see y'all next week for the podcast and then the pre-party and then the major. From Wednesday on, folks, it is going to be a CBC week pretty much. This is like CBC Worlds out here. It's like 5 days long of just straight Clarksville cornhole, man.
I am nervous about next week. I'm nervous about it.
Yeah. So. Nate, I'll send you the color schemes, brother. I'll get you hooked up. Don't worry about it. Neon green and purple.
See, that's the issue,
Customs
Nate.
aren't happening.
That's the issue. There's no customs right now.
Customs are on hold.
We got to print what we got. If I put Derek goes on something else, and when he already has a stack of work this big for next week. So if he goes on to work for something else, we're just completely out of.
Nate, if you want customs, just give us till after Clarksville. Give us a week or two. Let us catch up. We'll get you hooked up, buddy. We're here locally. We got you handled.
Yeah, we got you now. Yeah. I'm not saying that. We definitely got you, Nate, but it'd be after the Clarksville Major. That's all, brother.
All right, folks. Hour and a half, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll make some posts this week, man. And
you better pick up your other one.
Yeah. Well.
Cheers,
Hey,
folks.
this is CBC Faith Family 4-Baggers, folks.
Out.